The second thing that I want to talk about is institutions. So when I first entered the space in 2017, I came from Fidelity. And at the time, the conversation was, okay, when are the institutions going to enter blockchain and really make this a more legitimate space? And this conversation has been happening for the past 7 years. But if you look at the market today, I don't think there's an institution that would say crypto is going away. In fact, this year, we saw one of the largest financial institutions, BlackRock, partner with a company, Securitize, one of our portfolio companies, to tokenize their own fund called BIDL. And if you look at this trend, RWA stands for real world assets. Real world assets is any sort of asset that you can tokenize on chain. Regardless of the numbers on this graph, it's up and to the right. And I think what we're seeing is a shift from theory to actual live production on the institutional side. And then the last data point that I want to talk about is DeFi. And I'm not really going to talk about DeFi as a sector, but what I want to point out is when DeFi was first starting out in 2018, or you can sort of decide what date that would be, it was an experiment. We were rebuilding the financial infrastructure from the ground up. But now, 5 or 6 years later, DeFi has withstood a number of major shocks to its system, whether that's COVID, the regional banking crisis in the US, or even our own crypto cycle with FTX and other players. And through it all, DeFi continued to work, and we are seeing players like Aave and Uniswap prove to be resilient and prove that the technology works. And this is a brand new infrastructure that didn't exist just a couple of years ago.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, I'm going to do my due diligence to continuously show you guys that the DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL is going to continue to scale significantly, which is why you should further your education in the DeFi niche and understand how to get your digital assets like XRP working for you, generating passive income, because these financial institutions, they are for a fact coming to a trusted network, a trusted blockchain that is battle tested and has proven longevity in this space. In this video breakdown, I'm going to show you guys how that will be the XRPL, and they are not just going to want to buy and hodl their digital assets.
What is the interest in
blockchain infrastructure like staking from institutions? How many institutions are saying we want to touch staking?
So I think pretty much everybody dabbling in assets that can be staked wants to stake, and there might be some institutions that constitutionally cannot do it, but that aside, anyone holding a proof of an asset that's sort of on a proof of stake chain wants to, we pretty much want, any client with that kind of asset wishes to stake it, I think is the succinct answer to that. So there's a huge demand. And we only see it increasing, right? Even with,
like you heard the opening individual representative speaking on stage, institutions are here and DeFi is not going away. These financial institutions are going to want to earn yield on their digital assets, and they are going to be able to do that by utilizing Rlusd to unlock these yield-bearing benefits. With that being said, let's jump into today's video breakdown. I have a whole bunch of fundamentals and video clips to share with you guys today. If you're new here, do me a favor, subscribe to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. And if you enjoy these video breakdowns, it goes a very long way and it's free to do so. Smash that thumbs up button. We do appreciate it. Now, let's jump in. Remember, in previous video breakdowns, we shared this report for you guys, November 14th, 2024, ushering in the future of crypto payments. This is going to lead us up to recent fundamentals that have just released today. And if we scroll right down here, this is again a kind of like a talk with Monica Long, the president of Ripple. And here it talks about the integration of RLUSD is both additive and complementary to XRP. It also says how Monica Long also pointed out that RLUSD delivers value for developers. The US dollar has long been the on-ramp for the crypto industry, serving as the primary means for buying and trading digital assets. By natively issuing RLUSD on both the XRP ledger and the Ethereum blockchains, Ripple enables developers to tap into more use cases, particularly within the decentralized finance space, or the DeFi space. It says that right here, according to Monica Long. The upcoming deployment of RLUSD on the XRP ledger gives developers the foundation they need to build scalable, impactful DeFi applications. Remember, keep in mind, this is back from November 14th, okay? Then fast forward to more recent times. This is the end of November. Archax provides access to Aberdeen money market funds on the XRP ledger in collaboration with Ripple. This is from November 25th. Archax, the first FCA-regulated digital asset exchange broker and custodian, has provided access to money market funds from the UK asset manager Aberdeen. And it talks about how this partnership and this integration on the XRPL further establishes its role as one of the leading blockchains, check this out, as one of the leading blockchains for real-world asset tokenization and institutional decentralized finance, or DeFi. Okay, now again, I'm just showing you guys the progression. We have been advocates of telling you guys that this is going to continue to scale, and the TVL locked in the DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL is also going to continue to scale, especially with the launch of the RLUSD. Then, if we backtrack a little bit, this is from October 30th, 2024. How public blockchains will catalyze institutional DeFi adoption. This was written by Marcus Infinger. This is going to play an important role via a video clip that I'm going to share with you guys here shortly. But if we scroll right down here in this report that Marcus Infinger wrote, he said, as public blockchains offer a path to a more productive financial system, the question is no longer whether institutions will adopt them, but how quickly this transformation will unfold. One thing is clear. This shift is not just redefining finance, it's laying the groundwork for DeFi to become a fundamental part of the global financial markets. An individual representative from Ripple is telling you guys that this is laying the foundation for DeFi to become a part of the global financial markets, and individual holders of XRP still don't see that DeFi is going to play a massively important role. It is not about buying up these digital assets and then eventually selling them at some high price for fiat to get stuck back in the traditional system. We now have an opportunity of a lifetime that we've never had before, and that is to utilize our digital assets to generate the passive income that we have well deserved over the course of our lifetimes. And I'm telling you guys right now, individuals that learn DeFi, that understand the power that DeFi brings to utilize your digital assets to earn you passive income, will be the ones that survive long term, because that is what the financial institutions will be doing. Check this out. Now that we go to updated times, as of time of recording this video, it is December 17th. This is from December 16th, posted by Ripple. Why RLUSD? And they have this link right here. And you can see this little check mark. It says built for cross-border payments, DeFi integration, and bridging between fiat and crypto. And if you click open the link, it takes you to Ripple's website. December 16th, 2024 report. Raising the standard for stablecoins. Ripple USD launches globally with unmatched utility. And right down here, it mentions key RLUSD partners include leading global exchanges, and how RLUSD is ideal for financial use cases and allows institutions to do what? Seamlessly integrate within the decentralized finance protocols. Okay. And we've been advocates of telling you guys that this is only going to continue to increase over time. Let me show you guys what the heck I'm talking about and how nobody in the XRP community is talking about this publicly. And I don't know why. Again, to each his own, everybody's distracted and has this hodl mindset that was created back in 2017 to 2021. Keep in mind, XRP has been relatively isolated from the DeFi ecosystem. Up until this year, we have never had the opportunity as XRP holders to provide liquidity, to lend, to borrow, to earn rewards on our XRP. And that is all changed for the first time ever. And it's only going to continue to enhance and scale as time progresses. Take a second here and listen to what Marcus Infinger says. This is again from 1 month ago and only has 23 freaking views. Take a second here and listen.
I'll start with Ripple's approach to tokenization more broadly. And I would describe in a nutshell, it's really about bridging the gap between traditional finance and decentralized finance. And so we're working on that approach through two key angles. One is through our contributions alongside the global community of developers to the XRP ledger, which is one of the leading and oldest layer one public blockchains. Basically, you know, it's been built to support financial use cases in the real world at scale, as manifested through Ripple's use of XRP and the XRP ledger around payments, whereby we're facilitating today, billions of dollars of real world payments, you know, with partnering with the hundreds of financial institutions. There's two subcategories in terms of contributions. One is through actual product contributions by, you know, engineers and product people at Ripple. where we basically working together with this community to execute against an institutional grade DeFi product roadmap.
To execute against an institutional DeFi product roadmap. Did you hear that? That is coming directly from Marcus Infinger, and this was posted 1 month ago. This is not me making this up, telling you guys that institutions are coming to DeFi. This is, again, an individual representative from Ripple telling you guys that this is what they're building out. You cannot make this stuff up. Now, let's fast forward to where he talks about their partners. I want you guys to take a second and listen, because this is going to be so freaking massive and full circle everything, proving to you guys that banks are here. They're interested in DeFi. You cannot ignore this. If you ignore this again and you knock DeFi as some niche category that you shouldn't be paying attention to because you think it's a scam, and you hold XRP, again, there's no reason to support your ignorance when this information is readily available to everybody. You just have to know where to find it. Look at what Marcus Infinger says here.
In US dollar. So that's kind of like the area around like the XRP ledger. The separate, and when I was mentioning bridging the gap between TradFi, what I'd like to call out is that we have, hundreds of partnerships with traditional financial institutions that we built up over the years through other products that we're operating. First and foremost, our flagship product around payments, and separately also through our custody business. And so we're having increasing engagement with larger traditional financial institutions who are keen to explore how they can tokenize certain types of financial instruments to, increase cost efficiencies or improve access of distribution. And so there are two examples are, HSBC, which is a customer.
I'll pause that right there. He just confirmed that HSBC is one of their partners.
HSBC, which is a customer.
Okay. Let me blow your freaking mind. Do you guys remember? I just posted this the other day. Okay. This is a post on X that I made to you guys on December 3rd. This is Benjamin Kodroff, an HSBC representative. You just heard Marcus Infinger on stage confirm that they are building out institutional grade DeFi capabilities, that they're partnered with HSBC. And I showed you guys how in a report that Marcus Infinger wrote, he mentioned that all of this is laying the groundwork for DeFi to become a fundamental part of the global financial market, right? Okay, I'm telling you guys, tap in, take a second here and listen to this individual representative from HSBC confirm that they're going to be utilizing and interested in DeFi.
DeFi and TradFi will become each other's users in the coming years. How do you see that evolving? Ben, I'll start with you.
Sure. I have both personal and I think for the traditional in the bank sense, I'll start with the bank. Look, we're building on the shoulders of giants. A lot of the actual smart contract and other capabilities came from Web3, came from DeFi. Credit where credit's due. Thank you. I mean, this is things that we actually need to provide better customer experiences and new ones. I think that's where the opportunity is that we can take these concepts that have come from Web3 and make it work in a traditional banking setting. These could be anything from the primitives like identity to looking at how we can do decentralized identity, making that work for cross-border type scenarios in a trustworthy manner, and being able to make new programmability on existing real-world assets. That's the big opportunity. Personally, yeah, I use both the bank and I use my crypto. And I mean, I think that many of us are actually in both worlds already, unless you've gone full cypherpunk. And this is where I think we need to get to, is to take more of the ideas that are continually coming out of the public space in Web3 and make that work in regulated institutions.
But do you see TradFi becoming a user of DeFi at some point?
Absolutely.
But do you see TradFi becoming a user of DeFi at some point?
Absolutely.
So that's all we need to hear. Again, that's coming directly from HSBC. Do you believe in the future that TradFi will utilize DeFi? He said absolutely. And you just heard from Marcus Infinger mention that, again, he is partnered with HSBC and they're building out institutional DeFi capabilities. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. They tell you this stuff on stage. That's the crazy part, is nobody's paying attention to this. This video breakdown in particular on YouTube had like 1,000 views. The one from Marcus Infinger I just showed you guys has 23 freaking views. Now let me take you guys to this idea that people say that, oh, XRP is a dinosaur asset and nobody's going to want to use it. That's actually wrong. That is the you should have the inverse mindset where these institutions, they want something battle tested, especially when they're coming into this digital asset ecosystem that already has a bad reputation. They want security, safety, battle tested soundness. Now, these are two individual representatives, one from Avrio Worldwide, the CEO, and another one from Global Digital Finance, the executive co-chair. And listen to what they talk about in this podcast from Hogan Lovells, how they talk about battle-tested, battle-ready solutions and this search for yield. Take a second here and listen.
Greater access to all sorts of investment segments. But as you know, Leo, there are a number of barriers. So we started at the top talking about making the use case battle ready. I mean, it needs to, one, work and be secure. As importantly, as an investment product, it needs to, deliver the investment at the risk profile that it says. So, ultimately, what are we trying to do? We're trying to have yielding investments in this great search for yield, investments that are performing and that are safe, and offering them to a broader segment of investors. And so the technology.
So you guys hear him talking about safety, soundness, the search for yield, something that is battle ready, as you guys heard him say. Okay, let me freaking blow your mind. Check this out. So this is the XRPL Commons YouTube page, Crypto for Good webinar with Mercy Corp Ventures, where they discussed and talked about DeFi.
So we're currently actually next week going to conclude the current cohort, which is focusing on DeFi.
And here, this video only has 109 views. Listen to what this lady says. This is Odelia Tortman, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. She is the head of XRPL Commons. Listen to what she says here.
Is that the XRPL was basically built from day one to serve the financial service industry. So hence, a lot of the functionalities that it offers are designed to be supporting a lot of the operations, services, and products that financial services, both finance and capital markets, are currently dealing with, which makes it an extremely valuable tool for everything that falls under FSI, right? So that basically means we have transactions which are fast, which are secured, which are incredibly cheap, right? Which are very efficient and extremely secured. And as I mentioned, XRPL was basically proven reliable for over a decade with basically zero error in terms of functioning, which is quite remarkable.
You heard that. XRPL has functioned for over a decade with no downtime and no significant errors. Keep that in mind, considering what this individual representative just said about needing safety, soundness, and something that is battle tested. Now, to full circle this, again, if we head back to Marcus Infinger on stage just a couple of weeks ago, listen to what he says here.
Yes, so we're very much like, first of all, we believe that the way innovation is empowered on blockchain, on open source blockchains, is through a wide range of developers who build alongside Ripple using this blockchain. It's been around the longest, pretty much after Bitcoin's been battle tested. More than 3 billion transactions have been facilitated without major security incidents since 2012.
Interestingly enough, again, he's talking about how XRPL is battle tested, and he's talking about these programs and these initiatives for developers. And one of the key initiatives that this lady talks about in XRPL Commons is an initiative for developers to build out DeFi capabilities. You cannot make this stuff up. And considering all the information that I've showed you guys today, again, this idea that XRP is some dinosaur asset that nobody is going to use, that no financial institution is going to be interested in, is completely backwards. It actually makes more sense for these financial institutions to onboard into the DeFi ecosystem with the XRPL because it is battle tested, because it is proven its longevity in this space by being around for over 10 years without any significant downtime. That makes it a trustworthy source for these financial institutions who for a fact want to come into this space to start earning yield on their digital assets, a place for them to do so. So again, I hope that today's video breakdown shed some light on the fact that financial institutions are 110% coming into the space. Again, showing you all why you should want to educate yourselves further in this DeFi ecosystem, understanding how to get your digital assets working for you, because these financial institutions are going to do so 110%. With that being said, if you guys want to further your education in the DeFi ecosystem, head over to CYPRXtrading.com. We would love to have you on the team in the Wealth 28 Club, going through the DeFi University and educating yourself about the DeFi ecosystem so that way you can better understand what is happening behind the scenes and how we can get our digital assets working for us. As always, none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy XRP or deploy into the DeFi ecosystem, but I am asking that you guys educate yourselves because, again, I'm showing you all information that not a lot of people are paying attention to. So make sure that you guys tap in, make sure that you're subscribed, smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video breakdown, and I will see you guys in the next video.